Welcome, college basketball fans, to the Full Court Press Podcast with LT and Sammy D. This is the podcast that brings you legendary stories from college basketball's golden era and dives in deep with a current analysis of today's game. Get ready for the most energetic and entertaining college basketball podcast around. Let's get it.
We got another one, folks. I know it's tournament week. This was taped before the tournament selection show, but we wanted to give this school the full attention. But this is Luke Taylor here going one-on-one. Sam couldn't handle this interview. So I'm going to go one-on-one with my coach. He's dancing for technically the fourth time. Third time it was canceled due to the 5-letter word. But we got Dave Richman from North Dakota State University, Bison. Right? Bison.
B-I-Z-U-N is how it's pronounced. And there are some people that will lose it around here. But hey, I'm just getting to know you. First time we met, but you're already big time because I'm so tired of this is the third time. No. Like I sat in my room in 2020 and bawled my eyes out because we won our conference championship by 30 that year. We had a great group of seniors. Yep. And again, all hypotheticals. Nobody has a crystal ball, but
you're still in it.
Yeah, we qualified, and it just still crushes me that we were never able to put those guys on that stage.
Yep. Do you think they'll hang the final the Fab Five banners up at Michigan then? I'm just kidding.
little different.
Yeah, a little bit different. So, Coach, you're dancing, man. You're dancing. I've been there since 2014. 6 20-win seasons, obviously doing really well. Won the Summit League, couple-time Coach of the Year, graduate. How sweet is it? Does it get any sweeter each time? I asked Ben Jacobson that same question. He's like, yeah, it does.
I think it's I've gotten, obviously you get a question similar to that, and it's like comparing your kids, right? Like they're all great in their own way.
No, they're not. I got 3. No, they're not. You got 4 girls. That's your problem. I got 3 kids. I got 2 boys.
Yeah. But I am saying is it had been a minute then since we'd been in it, and just the way the 21 ended. Like there is you can see me running around, throwing up the horns, holding up the belt. Like there was a little bit more emotion, and I just absolutely, Luke, I hate things about myself. Yeah. But there was some validation in the process, and we've got an incredible staff, and how we were able to construct the roster with new and transformational times and all those things. Yeah, that was pretty sweet running around on Sunday night. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and especially now, I feel like college basketball is getting tougher and tougher each year. It's more pressure, more under a microscope. It's really difficult to win, and it doesn't matter what conference you're in, and it doesn't matter who you're playing. I mean, I remember my wife and I, we went to an Akron game, and they were losing at half to Western Michigan. And, Akron's Akron. They should be winning by, let's say, 10, 15. My wife's like, why is that? I said, it doesn't matter how good the other team is record-wise. It's tough to win. It's tough to win.
Amen. And I think that's something that we've talked about too, and just, celebrating and enjoying this. It's really, really hard to win. And the fact that we just won at a historic level, like we're not out here to have big egos and boast about it and do those things. But yeah, and you're right. There's challenges. There's challenges in any profession, but the way things come together and the volatility of everything, man, like when you can win, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it with your group, and enjoy it with the ones, like to your point, like you and I were talking off air about social media, like as a head coach, and it is what it is, but if you win by too much, you kept your starters in. If you lost, you're the worst coach ever. Like you can just never find, the happen. And not that I'm trying to please everybody. Obviously I'm not. But again, when you're able to get a victory, a road victory, and you're able to go to the NCAA tournament, make no mistake about it, we're going to jump up and down and celebrate this thing.
Yeah, and you should. Man, I really like your team. I've watched a couple of games that you've been watching.
You and me both.
Yeah, I mean, I really like to. DeMar Wheeler-Thomas is probably one of my favorite players in the nation, hands down. Ball player. I mean, Carson, Strickland. I mean, you've got a really nice squad, and it's just they really encapsulate what team means. And you can tell by the balanced scoring. how excited are you for this team? And when did you kind of know that they were special? Like, was there a time in the season or the off season where it's just like, man, this team could be really special?
Yeah, I think there's multiple layers to that. And I think the first thing, and I've said it, locally, in media all year, and it sounds crazy, but you'll get it. Like, this group prioritizes winning. And in a generational time, I shouldn't say that, when the landscape has changed so much into selfish portal, selfish NIL, like, what can I do for myself? How can I better my, like, the winning thing, still matters. That's how I keep my job. It's my responsibility to move, North Dakota State forward and to do those things. So, at times we were almost too unselfish in some games and made an extra pass at cost of a turnover. But if those are the problems that we're dealing with, like, it's a really good spot to be in. But you're right. We do have a nice blend, and Damari, was tournament MVP, and he's got some juice to him. Travion Carson's one of the more complete basketball players. Markai Strickland, whose father was in the NBA, is an electric athlete, and the list goes on and on. Andy Stefanowicz, our lead guard. His parents both played here. He's unselfish. He's had double-digit assists. He's had 8+ assists in multiple games, and obviously, coaching for this many years, you've done it a bunch of different ways. Last year we had two guys, and they were our primary scorers. This year, it's really hard to tee off on just one or two guys, and especially when our guys continue to make the right play.
Yeah. It really is. It's rugged. Is it tough to schedule non-conference for you, just being in North Dakota? I mean, I'm not trying to get. I mean, you obviously we talked a little bit about Miami, Ohio, and I know Travis Steele personally and stuff, and we've talked about it off air. But like, especially where you're at. I mean,
I'm telling you, like, everybody talks portal and recruiting and game planning and NIL. Like, scheduling, non-conference scheduling might be the hardest part of our job. And I think there's
never heard that before. Never heard that.
No, and I've said it. I say it every year in our conference to our conference commissioner, like, because they do a great job of helping us out with some league challenges and some. But the list, like Travis would tell you, and Akron would tell you, like, the amount of people that tell us no, and surprises people, like, oh, nice schedule. Well, yeah, you know what? We're just thankful that we have a schedule and we're able to get some home games. And you take the combination of us being pretty good, of the location of Fargo, the geographics around the population, not many, a whole bunch of recruits around here. Yeah, scheduling's a real challenge. And so then we have parameters that we got to meet with, guarantee money raised and different budgets and all that stuff. So, but it is what it is, man. People are going to find a reason to like you, to hate you. Yep. We're going to put together a schedule and be present every opportunity. I thought that, to your point, the turning point, like we were, like, I think behind Belmont, maybe one school, probably Miami of Ohio. We had 10 road wins this year. That's a monster mark. Yeah, that's a monster.
Why play home games, Coach?
Yeah. Don't
tell
say
your
that
wife
to
you're not coming home anytime
I was just going to say, don't tell that to my wife and kids. I'm not home enough anyways. But we won at Montana, and it wasn't just a win at Montana. Yeah, it's great. They're going to play for the Big 12 or the Big Sky Championship tonight. Travis does an incredible job. But what I was getting at is in that game we were up like 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there, and then they punched back. Great atmosphere out there in Missoula. And and then we kind of punched right back again. And I was like, okay, we got something here. We got a little fight to us, and we have some experience. We've been in some big moments. We've won plenty of games down the stretch, and just excited to take this group on the national stage here.
Yeah, and we're excited to watch it. We're big fans of the summit. I mean, it was nice what Omaha did last year. I think every garbage can in America is safe this year from Brant Evans and how he used to beat, or Coach Brant would just beat the shit out of it. But I guess you have 2 degrees from North Dakota State. What does North Dakota State mean to you?
I mean, it's family, it's home, it's people, and we like to say, like, if you're scared of a little bit of a cooler weather, let me just say it like that, in November, December,
I'm Canadian,
January.
Coach.
Yeah. Well, then you'd fit right in, but it keeps the riffraff out. We got wonderful people. We're not perfect. We don't want to be. We don't want to be perfect, but there's a blue collar mentality here, and I hope at the end of the day, our community would say that our team, reflects that. And for me, it's a great spot right now. You don't mess with happiness. We're raising, like, to your point, my wife's from around the area. This is her alma mater as well. We're raising 4 beautiful daughters here. Things are good. Things are really good. And as we're fortunate to be the head coach at North Dakota State, that's what we'll talk about. But it's been a special place to us, up until now, that's for sure.
So what you're saying is you're not going to enter the transfer portal?
I can't. There is no coaches transfer portal, is there?
There is a coaches portal. Yes, there is.
Okay. I'll let that just marinate.
Well, I don't think people understand, and not to boast on Travis Steele again. I talked to him, he says fit, fit. And people we just talked to Coach Jacobson, who you obviously know and a mentor of yours. I mean, he's been there. I was joking with him. He's been there when they first started Northern Iowa. And I don't think he laughed too hard on that one. So that was not a good opening for me, but whatever.
Tell Jake to lighten up a little bit there.
We had some of his colleagues in the Missouri Valley said he's one of the funniest coaches in the conference. He's like, I don't know what you're
he's the best. We were talking yesterday morning.
Yeah. But so you talk about fit, don't upset happiness. And I think the biggest thing is, and watch, you're going to leave next week, but whatever. The point of the matter is, it's like you're seeing guys stay longer in positions. You're seeing the John Grosses stay having success at Akron and staying. When you look at things and you see other colleagues, maybe not you because of just the history you have, are you having conversation with other colleagues and coaches saying you know what, I'm just happy. I'm happy.
Well, I think those are a little bit. Both John and Travis have been other places, and have come back and found a level like that too. And I think that's where I'm extremely fortunate. I'm in a great place. That doesn't mean at any point you're not looking to improve your situation, whether it's here or to better your family and to continue to find new challenges or get out of your comfort zone at that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. At the end of the day, I think that the biggest and best thing that myself and our family has going for us right now, we're in a good space that we enjoy, we love, we have pride in. Our families are from around the area, and so it's not like you're out there shopping for something like that.
Right.
North Dakota State is a special place to a lot of people, but in particular to us, where we bleed green and gold.
Yep. So NDSU fans, alumni, get your put your season ticket deposits down for next year's season. Right?
Look at you, my AD. He would really, really like that.
Just saying, I'm here for you. Has your recruiting philosophy changed over the years with the kind of ever-changing college basketball landscape, or are you kind of just keeping it the blueprint the same?
No. The simple, quick answer is a loud capital yes with an exclamation mark. Yeah. I'm doing so many things, that I said I would never do. And to be honest with you, I'm loving every minute of it too, in a lot of ways.
Really?
We still want our identity to be upper Midwest high school kids. And we're going to continue to do those things in our fall recruiting. But then in the spring, it looks really different. You have to continue to go out and find some plug and play guys, but that fit. And we have a couple of guys from that are international right now. We have a young man from Miami, Florida, Bowling Green, Kentucky. And so what I made some mistakes a couple years ago, believe it or not, I'm not perfect. And we lost some guys in the spring and we replaced them with high school kids. And they ended up being really good high school players, or really good college players. But at the time, they were only 1 or 2 year guys into college, and they just weren't ready. They weren't ready to help us. And so, not that we haven't figured out, but we're pretty convicted, and we want to continue to have some developmental high school kids, and once in a while, those kids can help you a little bit. But you got to get old, and right now we have a couple 24-year-olds.
Would you say 34-year-olds? I'm 49. I got a year of eligibility.
No, I didn't. Not quite that old, but I'm sure if you found the right judge, you could get eligible.
I know. Yeah. I know. That's why you got to get the Eastern Europeans, because Fargo is beautiful in January.
Well, Fargo is beautiful in January.
I know.
Right? We bring everybody in the fall and in the spring, and we tell them this is what it's like 24/7, 365.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. So we do a little thing called the shot clock. Okay, it's kind of like a little quick, painless, some depth. We're gonna add some depth to you, and we really find out why you're on the show. But all right, so it could be one-word answers. If you got a story, say the story. If you got an opinion, say it. Just go with it. Okay. So big misconception of the state of North Dakota in basketball.
I would say the state is we got electricity last week, and there's tumbleweeds rolling through here. That the damn movie Fargo was actually shot in Brainerd, and that was 30 years ago. You come to Fargo. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're Chicago or Minneapolis or anything, but when we get people to Fargo, it's the perception of that. And the basketball piece, I'll let the conference tournament in the Summit League, be the
it.
judge of that. The two, North Dakota State, competing for it.
Yep, exactly. Biggest coaching influence?
Well, I've been really, my resume says one school, but I've been extremely fortunate. I tell you what, Ben Jacobson would be right up the top. Tim Miles, who's now at San Jose State,
he's a funny
Nebraska.
dude. Yep.
He is a really funny dude.
Yeah, we've had him a couple of times. He's a good dude.
But yeah, like, you go back and those two were at North Dakota State. Greg McDermott was at North Dakota State. Saul Phillips, I was an associate head coach for him for 7 years. And then my father was in coaching. He was a football coach. I'm great friends with Chris Kleiman, who just, got done, at Kansas State. And so I've been extremely blessed to have some great influential people in my life, some really good coaches, way better men.
Yeah, that's awesome. Toughest year as a head coach, and what did you learn from it?
Toughest year as a head coach, probably would have been my 4th year. And that was, so first year we win it. Second year we go back to the championship. Third year, I believe we went back to the championship with the semis, and then a 2-year starting point guard left. And that was 8-9 years ago. It was way before the time. And, didn't handle it the right way, basically drug on my office, get your stuff out of the locker room, do these things, and thought at the time, I thought it was a very, very selfish act. And it cost us. It cost us, a poor start to a poor year and a poor start to the next year. But because that young man left, we got our arms around ultimately the 2-time MVP of the Summit League tournament, Vinny Shaheed. And I think, again, faith has become a big part of my life. Not that I'm going to bang the Bible or read scripture to you, but when something happens to you, good or bad, you don't always understand why in that moment. And I've learned to take a deep breath now and understand something's coming of it. And that was certainly the case in point right there.
Yep. Okay. Who would you say is a least favorite coach in your conference, leading to what team gets called for the most team fouls in the Summit League?
That's a BS question. What do you mean my least favorite coach in the league?
No, the official's least favorite coach.
Oh.
You see? Least favorite, more calls called.
That's a good question. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm deflecting. I'm playing politician.
Well, what do you think the stats would say?
I would say that's fair. I would say St. Thomas.
This is all a stats-based question. I just went around it.
Yep. St. Thomas, or you know what? North Dakota got to the free throw line quite a bit. South Dakota got to a free throw line quite a bit this year.
Okay. The team that committed the most team fouls in the Summit League at 20 fouls called per game.
So this is committed or drew?
Committed.
Okay.
The Fighting Hawks.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
they also got to the free throw line a lot too.
I know. Oral Roberts was 2. What place were you guys?
We had to been towards the bottom. I hate fouls. They're losing plays.
9th. Yeah. 14.7. You
block, tackle, and don't get penalties.
Yeah. You sound like Sundance Wicks. So it's funny because whenever the coach that has the most amount of calls, the response is always we don't play defense. It's okay.
North Dakota and Eli King's one of my favorite, but North Dakota got the defensive player of the year in our league.
Yeah. Yeah. And the team got called for the most fouls. So, all right, give me your funniest recruiting story.
Oh, this is easy. Go back to Tim Miles. I was an assistant. We're recruiting a kid in Iowa, and we're sitting there, and he's just getting into his spiel, right? Home visit. He's doing back when home visits were a thing.
Yep.
And they got a dog, and the dog comes out, golden retriever comes out, puts his snot, nostril right, the nose right on Miles's leg, and it's all wet, right? And all of a sudden, the kid and his sister are there, and they start the laughing where you're holding it back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting over there, kind of what is going on? I'm a young assistant. I don't want to, screw up the vibe a little bit. And finally, Miles goes, "What's up? What's going on?" And they just break out. They go, "Our dog drinks out of the toilet all the time." So he just had toilet water all over him, and if you know Tim, that's a big pride moment, and so forever that was that's one that always comes to mind really quick.
Did you get the kid?
We did not.
Yeah.
We did not.
Dog obviously didn't like Coach Miles.
Clearly.
Yeah, clearly. All right. If you were a candle scent, what candle scent would you be?
Boy, you did tell me there's some shot clock ones. I had a question earlier today. How did I get better this year? Like, just the very first or second thing. If I was a candle scent, root beer. Can root beer? Like I like root beer, like suckers or when you root beer barrels. Yeah. Root beer. I don't know why I just said that, but that's what came to mind.
That's cool. All right. So this is a 3-part question. Last one. Okay. If they're making a Hollywood movie about your life, what would the title be? Who would play you? And what would be the theme song?
Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby's the theme song. Who plays me? I know Josh Duhamel. Josh Duhamel's I would say, we're texting buddies and, doing that. I just got invited to his premiere. I'm sure my wife would love that too if Josh Duhamel played me. And I hope the title would be real. Dude he's just real. He's authentic.
Yeah. Okay. So Ice Ice Baby by Rob Van Winkle. Didn't know that.
No. By Vanilla Ice.
That's his real name. You know that?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Rob Van Winkle.
I've actually hung out with Rob Van Winkle. He bought me a drink.
Now he's like a carpenter or something, isn't he?
That's all right, man. He's actually a nice guy. Just when I interviewed him in my first job, I was a general assignment reporter, sports anchor reporter in Iowa. Tommy Kwan, who was his agent, said, do not ask him about him beating his wife. I guess the week before he allegedly threw his wife at a moving car. But he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy. So, Coach, how excited should the North Dakota State community, fans, boosters be about dancing again in March?
I'll tell you what, I'm a different version of myself, Luke, than I am the last time. Like, you should be really excited. I'm sick and tired of being apologetic about us being good and all of this and that. Like, I'm really excited. And you know what, a big part of that is the group that I'm fortunate to be around and I get to coach. They've blessed me with the conviction, the courage, the belief to sit here and bang the table. Not just to you, but Bison Nation. Anybody that wants to come out, like, you know what? Maybe we go out and get beat by 30. I don't know, but I know this is a group that I'm really excited to go into the ring with. And when we find out Sunday, whether that be Thursday or Friday, and if we can shock the world, great, shock the world. If not, we define our wins in a lot of different ways, and we've gotten better as people and basketball players throughout this year, and that's what's important to me.
Yeah. Awesome, Coach. Awesome, Coach. You're going to stick on for one more second. I'm excited. Summit League is real. North Dakota is real. And you're going to be playing some ball. And
remember now, Bison. Bizun. Yeah. Horns up.
But then why is it spelled Bison?
No. I'm a quasi basketball coach. Like, don't get into this grammar crap with me.
I'm Canadian.
Hey?
See what you started. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Follow us on the Full Court Network where you can, whether it's on YouTube, social media, and all that other crap. And we'll be back next week. Check out the College Basketball League. We'll be next week on the Full Court Press, the College Basketball Coaches Show.